One of the things that I get told the most from all of the incredible women, just like you probably, who are in my DMs or in my programs, one of the things I get told the most is you feel like you have to do everything on your own. I'm going to tell you that you don't need to. However, I know that that is the most ridiculous advice, because somebody said that to me once when I was probably where you are right now, thinking and feeling like I need to do everything. I need to do everything for everyone. I can't ask for help and I need to do it on my own. And when someone would say to me, but Jenny, you don't have to do it on your own. You don't need to. You can ask for help. Let us help you. That was such a trigger for me. And it was such a trigger for me because I felt like I wasn't good enough, or I wasn't a good enough mum or a good enough partner or friend or employee if I tell people that I'm struggling. And so I am going to tell you that you can do it all, whatever doing it all looks like for you. But instead, I want to come at this topic with you with a different angle, a different perspective of how it worked for me on my journey, because I do now ask for help. I do now have boundaries in place so that I'm not constantly saying yes to everyone and everything. And now I'm able to balance my work, my business and my family alongside my health, so that I'm prioritizing my health and my well-being as well. And that to me is doing it all. But one thing that I really want you to think about is creating a support system that enables you to do all of these things. It enables you to be present with your children when you want to be. You're able to be present in your job when you want to be. You're able to be present with your partner. You're able to prioritize yourself and your well-being and your self-care. For you to be able to do all of that, you need to have a support system in place. And like I said, this is one of the things that I go through the most, especially with my one-to-one clients, because it's something that's so in-depth and unique to you. And so it's not something that I can just say, you need to do this, 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 because I need to understand your lifestyle, I need to understand your beliefs, I need to understand how it all works, so that we can together come to a plan, come together with a vision of what your support system needs to look like. But here are a few things that I want you to think about. Having a support system in place is not just about people. Whenever you feel like you need help, what's the first thing you do? You ask someone to help you, whether it's in your job, whether it's in your business, whether it's with family. Whenever you feel like you need help, the automatic response is, I need to get somebody to help me. But help doesn't always come in the form of people. It doesn't have to. It can come in the form of a practice, like a mindset release practice. So if you've got a lot of things on your mind and you feel like, I need help with this, a lot of the time, especially when you are working through lots of what feels like chaos in your mind, it's really good to kind of have a practice where you can release that heaviness, release all of those things. And one way of doing that is for you to go through a journaling exercise or voice note exercise where you're talking about what you are feeling, what you're thinking, what you're navigating. Because a lot of the time, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed, it's not necessarily about talking to someone to get their help. It's about venting, it's about offloading. And once you release that, it releases so much tension and heaviness and pressure. And so a lot of the time, it's not even about somebody helping you, it's about releasing that pressure, releasing that intensity. And once that does start to be released, then you can start to feel more calm. And when you feel more calm, you're more likely to be productive and get things done and feel better doing it. The second thing is, in order for you to prioritize your well-being, you need to see it as something worthy of being prioritized. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's obvious. Now, let me just say this. If you currently are not prioritizing your well-being, whether that be self-care, self-love, self-compassion, if you are not prioritizing your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, for whatever reason, then currently it's not a priority for you. This used to trigger me so much, because I would be like, how dare you tell me I don't see it as being important? I do, I just don't have time for it. But think about the things, and I had to have this realization too, think about the things that you are doing. They are what you deem to be, even subconsciously, you might not even know you're doing it. Those are the things that you currently are deeming to be your priorities right now. So think about what you're doing. Have a reflection exercise or reflection practice where you're looking at how you spend your day, where you spend your day, who you're spending your day with, what you're doing, how does it feel? Are you doing things that you deep down inside know that you shouldn't be doing? Are you kind of doing things where you think, I know I should be doing this, but actually this is easier, so I'm going to do that. So the other thing that you know you should actually be doing for you, you're not doing it because it doesn't feel easy. So I really want you to have a look at that, because this reflection piece will give you the space, will give you that clarity to really give you that visualization in front of you and say, bearing in mind what you do in your day, how you operate, who you're around, what you do, why you do it, all of those things are building your reality. So if you feel like, yeah, my well-being is important, then we need to bring it to a place of not only is it important, but it's also a priority. And prioritizing even 5 minutes a day, just spending 5 minutes a day in a mindfulness space where you're just sitting there with your cup of coffee, putting yourself first in the morning, it makes so much of a difference. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is, do you feel like you have to do everything on your own? This is something that I've had a lot, and so many women that I now support on this, because a lot of the time, not just as mums, but as women, we tend to feel like we have to do everything. We have to do everything and not complain about it. Even if we're tired, we should work through. Even if we pushed ourselves to the limit, we should be doing more. And it's funny because I used to feel like people would judge me if I'm not doing enough, but there is nobody on this earth that will judge you as much as you judge yourself. There is nobody on this earth that will criticize you as much as you criticize yourself. We are our own worst, biggest critic ever. And so when you are thinking about having to do everything by yourself, I really want you to think about why. Why do you have that feeling? Why do you have that thought? Why do you have that belief? Where did it start? How did it start? Why did it start? What experience were you in? Whether you heard something, whether you saw something, whether you were physically doing something and someone said something to you. We do have this belief or this expectation or maybe perception of what we should be doing. And so that really comes out in everything we do, because everything that you believe to be true for you, you are going to make decisions and choices and take actions based on that belief. So if you feel like you have to do everything and you can never ask for help, then in the moments where you need help, you're not going to ask for it because you don't believe you should be. If you believe that you should be doing everything as a parent, you're never going to be able to socialise with your friends, even if it's going out for coffee for 20 minutes, because you feel like you're the only person that should parent, even if you have somebody sharing the parenting with you. And so I really just want you to spend some time today to think about, why do I feel like I have to do it on my own? Why do you feel like you have to do it on your own? And see what comes up for you. Don't try to change it. Don't try to challenge it. Don't try to even overthink it at all. It's about being mindful. It's about being aware. It's about noticing what's coming up for you, because you can't work through anything unless you know exactly what you're dealing with. And this tends to be the reason why this deep inner work is something that a lot of people avoid, because it does feel uncomfortable. It can feel uncomfortable. It can take you to places that you actually just want to forget. But you know what it's like? If you've got like that niggle of something that you want to do, there's no point pushing it to a side, because it's just going to stay there and things are going to add to it. And it's going to get bigger and get bigger and get bigger. And then that is going to dictate to you when it's time for it to come out. And it will come out in a non-productive way. So let's take time to think about what's coming up for you, what you believe to be true, why you believe it to be true, and think about, actually, this isn't a belief that serves me. So what is a belief that serves me? And let me know how you get on. If you are watching this and you're part of the 14-day free self-care made simple experience, pop all of this in your journal, put it in the Facebook group and tag me, and I can support you through whatever's coming up for you. If you are watching this and you're not part of the self-care experience, it is currently closed. However, I have created a wait list and the link to that is in the notes below. Also, I've pinned it in the comments for you. So if you'd like to join us next time, which will be opening very soon, then click on that link, enter your details, and once everything is ready, once all the dates are sorted, everything is all ready to go, I'll send you an email with all of those details and you can come and join us. Let me know in the comments how you get on, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.